Good morning, everybody. All right. So it was pretty late this morning. I had to take my kid to the dentist. Fun. So I doubt there's anything at this point to trade. At this point in the day, to trade. So I'm just kind of taking a look around. Let's take a couple look. Yesterday, ACY popped up, and boy, did the exchange put a wet blanket on this thing yesterday. This thing was running up. It was getting halted, and then they put in a news halt to say that there was no news. In the stream that I did yesterday, I was looking for the news. I was looking for the catalyst, and there's like nothing there. So I was like, okay, well, this thing's just popping up. I think I managed to make a little bit of money on it, maybe like $200. I really missed out on the majority of the big moves there, but I wasn't willing to mess with it after, I don't know, I think it's third halt. I was kind of like, this is, and its volume was so low. Yeah, here it is right here. So if you see this volume down here, so when it halted, and then, well, this 10-minute volume is pretty high. I think maybe it was on the 5-minute. Let's see. From yesterday. Well, anyway, yeah, it went into a halt right here on almost 300,000 shares. And I was just like, that's a really low volume halt. I mean, the stock only has 1.5 million shares outstanding. It only has a float of 1.546 million shares. And so I stayed away from it. And I missed out on some profits, but I also didn't get caught in that gigantic leg down from the exchange. The exchange essentially just shut down trading on it for quite a few hours, from 11:04 until 14:56. So roughly, was that 4 hours? Pretty much, yeah, pretty close to 4 hours. The exchange just said, okay, no more trading on this name, and then it opened up all the way from almost $38. Well, yeah, so $38.04, and then it opened up again 4 hours later at $18, so $20 a share lower. So the exchange is really throwing a wet blanket on momentum right now. It's interesting. The same thing happened with RHE. Now, there was news on RHE yesterday. I don't remember what it was. It was something, I don't remember. Oh yeah, here's the headline right here. Regional health properties soar Monday, company unaware of any material cause. So this is just traders finding a stock to jump on, and just continuing to play for momentum. And the exchange was just like, nope, you gotta. So let's see, we got a time here of 11:46, 11:47 that halted. They 11:47 to 14. So for 3 hours, they halted it for 3 hours after this downturn right here. And I think I managed to make a little bit of money on this one too. I shut down the trading yesterday. I don't remember what time it was. It was sort of late morning, and saw this one popping up, and I managed to make a little bit of money on this one too. Only traded for 300 shares, and got out. And then and the reason that I didn't make as much money on, like, say, ACY or on RHE is because this is more along the lines of what I'm used to. If I don't get in and out quickly, I'll get caught in one of these big downturns. And this candle, I don't have a 1 second chart on TradingView, the closest I can get is 1 minute. But on other charts, this drop from 1563 down to 1051 happened in 1 second. So yeah, I managed to make some money, and then the exchange halted it, and it opened again at 7:03. So it closed at 10:47 and then opened again at 7:43. Then didn't recover for the rest of the day. I don't know why the exchanges are doing that. I mean, why not just let it trade? Why not just let it halt? But that's what they did. They threw a gigantic wet blanket on those two stocks yesterday, and just wouldn't let people trade them anymore. So, yeah, like I said, my morning was filled up with a dentist appointment for my oldest. He's 5, and mommy and daddy aren't careful with the amount of sugar that he takes in, so he's had a couple of cavities. I was born, fortunately, with hard teeth. I've only ever had 1 cavity. But this little guy looks like he's going to have, he's going to have to watch how much sugar he eats, and he's going to, hopefully we'll nip this thing in the bud. All right, so stocks on the move today. Let's see, I have Snap. Baba. Baba's one that I'm interested in shorting. SBE, BNTX, and RNG. I wonder if there's a stock name. Here, let's look see if there's a stock name OMG. There is. OMG. All right. So Snap. Pull it up on the 10-minute. Well, I saved it as a 5-minute yesterday. Change things around. Okay. So Snap, what did you do today? Yeah, Snap has had a nice little run. I'll put some levels on that. I'm quite certain that I have missed. Basically, I've certainly missed the morning trading session, and that's really my favorite session to trade. And the reason that I don't trade the afternoon is because by the time the afternoon rolls around, I'm tired, and my eyes are tired, and I'm not thinking as quickly. And there can be decent. There is decent volume in the afternoon session. In fact, the saying goes, "The pros close." So that means the pros close the market, and you'll see a lot of positions getting unwound in the afternoon. Around 3 to 3:30, and there's and those are the pros, and there's an opportunity there, as they begin to unwind if they have daily trades, or if they're on a swing trade or something. So Baba, I'm interested in here for a move back up to this neckline, and then if we get a rejection at that neckline, then Baba has much further down to go. So I was paying attention to my phone. Let's look at the SPY real quick. I'd like to see what the news claims the issue is for the SPY taking a giant drop. Let's go to my portfolio here. And so, yeah, this drop, 2.371 to, or 373.67 to yesterday's close at 372. That was a pretty sudden drop. It's yeah, it looks worse on my phone, I suppose. Okay, let's go back to stocks on the move here and see what kind of levels we have. This is I don't know if I've traded this before or not. I've obviously put levels on it before. Yeah, in fact, I have traded it. So let's see what today's levels are. Let's get rid of these. Oh, just that one. 37.50. So roughly the same. Let's take the magnet off. Let's find our levels here. 38.14. Okay. Next level is 39.87. Next level is 41.04, which has obviously been triggered. BNTX. I doubt that hit its levels. Yeah, that's not going anywhere near its levels. And RMG 2568 is the magic number. Well, that definitely already hit its level. Okay, well, so stocks on the move. Doesn't look like there's anything for me left in the morning for stocks on the move. Let's see the morning gaps. Here. I'm going to put an alarm on this just so it'll save all the work that I've done so far. See there. Let's go to momentum here. Oh, yeah, I still have ACY. Oof, brutal. This is, you gotta watch out for momentum. If you're gonna play momentum, you've got to be fast. There's really no way around it. You got to take your profits and roll out. Enter. And let's see, TCCO. There's quite a bit. KOSS. Quite a few juicy looking momentum plays here this morning. BERY. Let's take a look and see if any of these things are still. Ooh, brutal. What happened here? Why? Additional information. And then it opened up so much lower. I wonder if they did a secondary offering or something. Universal Security Instruments. Yeah, it's headed back down. I mean, I feel sorry for anybody that got into this thing and then got halted into that news or whatever additional information thing that was. TCCO. It's not doing anything. KOSS. Looks like it's trying to bottom out there at the this is the 50 period moving average that I have. It's a simple moving average. That could do something, but it's got a heck of a lot of work to do to pop back up again to where it's even remotely tradable. If I guess if this thing could get, let's see what the level 2 is doing. If it's like really slow. Yeah, the level 2. It's barely moving. I went up to almost $8 in pre-market. Got a little gap and go at the opening for about $1, $3.90 to $5 roughly, and then just sold off after that. I wonder if it went into a halt. It doesn't look like it. No halt. Sales fell October 20. That's all the way back at October 29. So I don't know why it's popping up today. GBR. I've traded GBR before. It's been a long time, and it's not looking like it's doing anything here. Get this pre-market high right here on 32,000 shares volume, 88,000 shares volume here. 2.8 million shares traded. So a little gap and go opportunity. It opened up down here at 271, ran up to 347, then popped back down the first 10 minutes. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 minute chart. See how much time there was. Yeah, so there's about 3 minutes. Opened at 270. In the first 3 minutes ran up to 349. Then came down and hit its head on 350. See the high here. Yeah, 350. And hit its head again on 350 and couldn't make it past. Now it's kind of like, okay, whatever. If you can't make it past that price, then we're not going any further. So, yeah. Now let's take a look at stocks on the move here again. Snap. Look at the 1 minute. Opened here at 51.43. Went down to 50.85. Nice gap. About a 4% gap. And ran up to 53 from, if I were to have entered it, I would have probably entered it at 51.22, roughly. Maybe gotten a couple of bucks off of it. And then Baba, I'm really like just waiting for it to hit its head on this this line right here. If it bumps into this line and then fails, we see a rejection off of this, then it is I have a high level of confidence in shorting Baba at this level. For a move that would be about, let's see, 318 to, we'll call it 265. So almost 60 points, 50 points. I can short up, 100 shares of that and let it ride without worrying about it too much. And it'll, net. I don't know if I can get a $50 move on it. That'll be what, $5,000 for a swing trade. Move down would take approximately. I mean, there's a lot of symmetry here. There's a lot of. This is a high confidence head and shoulders. The left shoulder is lower than the right shoulder. Very easy head to. It's really easy to see the head there. Okay, let's take a look at IMMR. This thing is. I haven't traded IMMR, but this thing's been giving a lot of opportunities for trading momentum. See, this is the 1 day. Let's take a look at the 1 minute here. It's going to, yeah, let's see if we can get past its pre-market high there. Pre-market high is 1260. What do we have on this candle as a high? 1260 is a candle on this high. I'm going to type this one into one of my trading boxes here. And I'll put an order ready to go at 1261. So if it makes it past 1261, I'll buy 500 shares. It's pretty late in the morning, to do this kind of volume here. 8 million shares of volume. Back here is 5 million. I've seen this thing pop up a few times on the scanner. I've got an order ready to go at 1261. Let's see if it can make it over that pre-market high there. You know, you can see I have relative strength down there as one of the indicators. But I don't use that for momentum trading. Pardon me. That's just kind of there as default for when I trade large caps. I like to use relative strength in conjunction with the VIX relative strength, as well as the AD relative strength, to time my trades on large caps. Let's see if I can get yesterday, for some reason my AD wasn't working, which is the advanced decline line. Indicators. Okay, the AD is back today. I don't know why it was gone yesterday. I'm gonna pull this down real quick. So on large caps, I like to time entries for trades using the VIX. Now the VIX is working on going into overbought here on the 1 minute and the 10 minute. On the daily here, it's just kind of hanging around the middle, and then the AD is coming out of oversold here on the 10 minute. It looks like a bear flag though, so you know when all of the indicators line up, so the AD is coming out of oversold, the VIX is coming out of overbought, and the stock that I'm looking at is coming out of overbought, then it's an opportunity to short. That's on large caps. Okay, let's see here. What kind of a move are you going to give me? What's the high on that candle? High is 1260 on that 10-minute candle still. I'm going to put an alarm on there just for the visual confirmation there. Looks like it's pre-market high is going to be some resistance. Got 271,000 shares traded in this 1 minute candle right here. Let's pull it up. About 5 minutes ago, traded 271,000 shares, 138,000 shares. And the green candles are bigger than the red candles, generally speaking. I mean, that's why you're seeing kind of this general move in this direction. You know, the buying is greater than the selling here. So, but I definitely want to see it move over 1261 before I get involved. Sometimes the move can be really fast, and so you know, I'll put my order in for 1261 after it makes its move. If it comes back down and fills me, then I'll be part of support at that recent resistance level. So, you know, just kind of the strategy, what you're looking for in terms of participation. See about some new music here. I've got some music links that I put into OBS. Copy, write, free, yeah, music. There you go. See if this sounds good. Okay, I like it. It's good enough. I don't know if you could hear that in the background or not. I'm going to include it on my music links. Here we go. Starts off with some wind and some rain, it sounds like. It goes into some guitar type stuff. There we go. Better than dead air. A million shares traded, a million shares traded, a million shares traded. Small red candles and big green candles. Those are good. These candles will be kind of toppy though. So, all right, we've got something else popping up. I've got an alarm on IMMR in case it starts to move. Whiskey International. I've seen this thing pop up quite a bit too. That's an impressive candle. We've got 112,000 shares traded. Yeah, this thing's got a history of popping up, but then it falls back down again. Let's see. I guess a level. If this thing decides to break this 761 level, I might get involved. But that's a sudden spike out of nowhere. I don't really see any kind of continuation with that. There's no news. There's just one interested buyer that perhaps triggered a bunch of other people to jump in, and a bunch of algorithms already preset to buy and sell on this thing rather rapidly for 2 or 3 cents on a couple hundred shares, who knows. And when I say algorithms, you really actually don't have to know like any kind of programming language to do surface level price buying and selling. There are a lot of brokers. In fact, Street Smart Edge, the system that I use to trade, it has conditional buying and selling and so forth. But I don't know. Automation, there's probably, there's definitely money in it. Because millions, I don't know how many people do it. There are plenty. You hear about algos all the time. But I'm just not interested. I like to be an active part. Perhaps set and forget, I'm sure it works for people. It's just not my style. I like to be there and performing at the terminal. So, yeah, this is probably going to be a pretty short video. Don't really see anything moving in. That's sort of a hazard of being not in the morning session. tomorrow. I wonder if there's any news. Insiders make significant share sales, extending the trend of last quarter. This is on December 23rd. Bring this one down. So while we're just kind of hanging out here, let's take a look at momentum plays. See what Airbnb's doing here. Pretty slow. So the level 2 on IMMR is barely moving. A little bit, yeah. There's a little bit of movement there. It's noon, you know. Okay, here we go. 1253 is on the level 2. 1250 on the ask. 1249 on the ask. 1250 on the ask. 1247. 1246 is on the ask. This is a nice VWAP setup. 1, 2. On this candle right here. Okay, 1258, 1259, 1260. There's a 7,000 share seller at 1260. All right, let's see. I put in my buy order for 1261. Looks like it's probably going to go unfilled. See if I can get filled here. So 1262 is on the bid. 1261 flashed for a moment. All right, I got filled at 1261. Now let's see if all this was a spike above. I'm going to set a pretty tight stop on this thing. I've got 500 shares. So if we close, if we get into the spaghetti here and we can't hold the spaghetti, then I'm going to skedaddle. It'll be a 20-cent loss on 500 shares, which is $100. So it's not a big loss. Pretty crowded up there at the 1270 level. I'm looking at the level 2, and at 1270 there's a 1,500 share seller, and then at 1270, 12 after 1270. Let's see here. Yeah, there's some sellers scattered at 73, 74, 75, 79. So if buyers come in here and push the stock, there's a past 80, then you know it's looking pretty good. So I've got a a sell on this thing in case I have to pull the emergency cable, or pull the emergency brake quickly. Get a sell on this thing. I'll probably put it at 12.55 just in case. If I lose 5 cents on 500 shares, it's no big deal. 25 bucks. So over 1280 here, a move over 1280, actually a move over 1275 for the moment would be a bonus. And then yeah, there's a big seller, 5,000 share seller at 75, got eaten up. There's it looks like clear skies on the level 2 unless there's the hidden seller. Coming back down a little bit. I'd really like to see it hold that 1260 level. There's another seller coming in at 75. 2,500 share seller at 75. $70, $71, $72. Not a lot of sellers. Oh, there. Okay, there we go. Now here comes 80. Hidden seller at 80. 80 rolled through a few times without moving the needle. It stayed at 80. There goes 80 again. All right, we got 1 penny past 80 there for a moment. So somebody came in when that didn't have their sell on the ask and just kind of cleared out at 80. Let's see what happens if we can get back up to 80 again. We'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. 70 on the ask. 500 shares. There's a 10,000 share seller at 74 that just popped up. So 71, 72, 74, back down to 1,000 on 75. Thousand share seller at 75, stacking up a little bit at 75, 1,200, 1,400. This whiskey is moving. Quick plunge down there. I think I'm gonna pull the cord here. Well, it's in the 70s, so I'll make almost 10 cents. 5.63. Little dip down there. See if this thing can just continue to grind. All right, cool. So we got to move on W key here. Did that thing go into, yeah, it went into a halt. It's coming back down. All right, so we're past 1280, good. 1290, next spot will be over 13. We'll see what it can do over 13. I'm in this thing for 500 shares. Right now, I'm up. As the level 2 scrolls by, I'm up 30 cents per share, so 150 bucks. I suppose if it dips back down below 1280, perhaps I'll let it go. Definitely want to see. I want to see it print 13 before this 10-minute candle's up. See how much time we have left on this 10-minute candle. 7 minutes left. This 10-minute candle. All right. I just let it go. Protect some profits. I'm a part of that. I'm part of that plunge. So let's see. I wound up with 40 bucks. So I made 8 cents. bought at 1261 and let it go at 1269. Let's see here. This is W key. Let's put that in there next to that. If there's any news here. Swiss stocks, no recent news. Quite a pop up there. Let's see, at noon. I went into a halt at noon and opened up again 10 minutes later, 12:10. So I went into a 10-minute halt. Doing a little bull flag thing here. So we've got to move up side. Let's make that prettier. Get this, move up this way, then top, then little pennant. So yeah, a breakout here. See it hold this level right here. Get that stuff out of the way. $8.18, $8.16. If it can hold $8.18 and $8.16, that'll be encouraging. You got a 500 share order ready to go. I'll put it at 820. I'd like to see it hold this level before I get interested. It's not looking too good at the moment. Going back down to test this level, perhaps. We've got 360,000 shares and 300,000 shares. Followed up by 173 and 170 of selling. Made a touch off of the 9 EMA there. Move back above $9 would be pretty impressive. There's 4 minutes left on this 10-minute candle over here. If you can, and that is a topping tail. Has some ground to make up to turn that tail into, to sort of mute that selling. So there's been 1.22 million shares traded in this 10-minute, or actually at this point only 7.5 minute time frame, and approximately half of a little bit more than half of it has been selling. That's what the topping tail is indicating, is that there's this stock has come under quite a bit of selling pressure in the 7 minutes or so. You never know. I mean, the exchange threw such a wet blanket on ACY and RHE yesterday. I can guarantee you there are going to be timid traders who remember that, are still feeling that pain. I mean, those things, they dropped down from, one of them dropped down from $38 down to $18, and it's $20 per share. Imagine if you had 1,000 shares, you'd be down to $20,000 right now. If you'd bought 1,000 shares at the, say 38 level or 37.50, going into a halt on the thing squeezing up, on an extremely low float stock. And the same thing with RHE. I mean, I don't remember the exact levels, but it was something like it halted at 15 and opened back up at 8 or something like that. I mean, that's brutal, for the exchange to do that. So, yeah. All right, so W key here, kind of falling apart a bit. It's IMMR back up above 1280. That's good. 1293. It hit 13 there for a minute. Yeah. W key saw pretty decent amount of volume right there for the 1 minute in that really short time frame. It's broken out. So really on the momentum trade, the let's see, its high was 806. Oh, yep, there it goes. Okay. So really the spot to have entered was at 807 on this candle, which it obviously just did in rapid fashion. This thing is acting like it wants to move quite a bit higher. Looking at the level 2, I don't see a lot of there's a 5,000 share seller at $10, but otherwise I don't see a lot of sellers on this thing. There's a $1,500 or 1,500 share buyer at 820. Yeah, you know, I wasn't here to catch the move after the halt, which was about $1 move. So yeah, just I'm just kind of spectating. Really, don't have a high degree of confidence on getting in. If I were going to get in, I would have gotten in right there at 807. Probably been able to scalp a few cents off of that. But for the time being, I'm just spectating here. Pretty decent support off of this breakup candle low. Hit that 770 level and really held. What was I saying earlier? 816. Yeah. So this was initially the support level that I was looking at here at well, it says 812. Let's see what this one is. That was 816. So I suppose, you know, if it can hold here at 816, that'll be encouraging. But it's outside of trading hours that I usually look to attempt to trade. It's lunchtime. I'm hungry. I don't make great decisions when I'm hungry. MMR is on a grind. And it looks like we got a pullback on that candle after the break of the pre-market high. We got a retest on the next candle. It held it. I think I'm going to... Oh, and there goes whiskey. Look at that thing go. I'm going to participate in IMMR here. See what the pre-market looks like. No pre-market activity. There's no news. Why is there no news? Halt. It's just a volatility halt with no news. IMMR. Version insiders make no news here either. I don't know. I think I'm going to be done here. I suppose let's see if it can get over its high right here, 903. I'll participate. There's the only big seller I see. I mean, at $9, there's a 2,400 share seller, but there's really nobody else except for a $10 5,000 share order at $10. So put an alarm back on this thing. Got an alarm on it. So if we get another touch and support there, $9, there it goes, boom. Squeezing into a halt. Halted. Darn it, I missed it. All right, cancel last. Oh, I would have been, I was goofing around with this one over here. I missed the squeeze on this one. Squeezing into a halt. You definitely want to see that. Let's see, what's the float on this thing? 6 million share float. So I halted at 12:23. So we've got about 4 minutes. If it's going to be a 5-minute halt, we've got 4 minutes. It was a 10-minute halt last time. 12 to 12:10. There you can see. Get rid of these lines. Not interested in them anymore. They're old news. I'll keep that line for the breakup candle. Yeah, so down here you can see the time. Down here is 12 o'clock, and then it reopened again at 12:10. Sold 1.5 million shares. There's 1.5 million shares of volume here, and now 430,000 shares of volume here for a move on a dollar move. And no news. So it's like ACY. This is something, if I get involved with it, I'm going to take profits quickly again. It's possible, I mean, this thing could move a few dollars before everything is all said and done. But I'm only going to go for a few cents on it, on 500 shares. MMR, it's on a grind. Slow grind. It's holding this level. Yeah, and it's not going crazy. That is a decent spot to buy. Came down to test that level again. There are buyers there. And there's a 4,000 share seller at 95 on IMMR. Let's see what kind of historic resistance there is. And 11, this gap right here, if I were going to sell, that's where I would sell, is at the top of this gap. If I owned this stock already, I would be looking at that 1381 level as a spot to take profits. Because imagine if you'd owned the stock and the next morning you wake up after this earnings report and it's down, what is that, like $2 a share, 1380, and it goes down to 1180 roughly. You'd be like, yeah, the heck with this. I'm taking profits right here. 6, 12, 10, 1280. Yeah, it's a good spot to buy. I'm gonna buy 100 shares. We got an order to buy 100 shares at 1281. Doing another order here at 1285 and see if I can get filled. That's right in between the bid. Nope. I put in my order for 1285 and it boosted right up to 1290, so it's got me chasing. I'm going to cancel these last two. Looks like I missed my opportunity to get in at the price that I wanted to get in on. Maybe it'll give me another opportunity. You know, pinching pennies, it seems kind of strange. It's something that's going to move $1 or so at a time, but you never know. And so it's important to get in, you know, according to your strategy. $12.97. We've got, looks like a hidden seller at 99. It hit 99. There's only, on level 2, there's only a 170 share seller showing up on level 2, but it hits 99. It keeps rolling through 99. 11,000 share seller at 13. So a move over 13, 4,000. The $13 seller got knocked down to 4,500 on that last push to 13. $4,500, 2,000 share seller at $12.95, 4,500 share seller at 13. If that guy gets cleared out, if that seller gets cleared out, 13.05, it already popped its head up to 13.09 at one point. You can see quite a bit of action on this stock if it makes it back up over, over 13 again. I'm not involved. I'm not in it. Let's see. Whiskey, W key at 12:20. It's 12 halted. Oh, that's a 10-minute. Let's look at the 1 minute. It's 12:23. So it's already been 7 minutes since it halted. So it must have gone into a 10-minute halt. The exchange might throw a blanket on these things again, like it did yesterday. All right, a little bit of consolidation right here under $13. It's catching buying support. Look at these big green buying candles. Lots of buying happening in here, and small, low volume red candles. So very little selling. Some people have taken some interest in the stock. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Could change here pretty soon, so we could start seeing big red candles. But as of right now, I mean, that's look at these candles. These things are, you know, look at that. That's an increase in buying volume with some spotty selling here and there. Really encouraging for price momentum. Let's see how many minutes we have left on this 10-minute candle. That one's not showing me. 12, we've got 8 minutes left on this 10-minute candle. We'll see how things are shaping up after this 10-minute candle, after a little pullback on the 10-minute. W key 23 might open up here in a couple of minutes. We'll see. I have an order to buy at 9.12 for 500 shares. If we get a dip down to say somewhere around 8.79 or so, and we can catch support in there and then start moving back up again, I'll buy. So I have an order in for 9.12. So if it starts moving back up again, it looks like it, you know, it takes a little dip down here into this price support, and then rolls back up again, then it'll be pretty encouraging. Good spot to buy. Coming down for this 10 minutes. All right, so it's 12:33:04 right now. The time is 12:33:04. This thing halted in the 12:23 time frame. So we'll see about whether or not it opens up again. Yep, there it goes. Big up candle there. That's what you want to see after it comes out of a halt. You want to You want to see it really launch out of a halt to higher prices. This thing's taking off. And there's no entry for me. It's taking off and getting squeezed into another halt. IMMR back against that support level. It's going to be important to see IMMR hold that pre-market high of $12.60 to get involved. W key tried to squeeze into another halt there, and now it's selling off. It was just too risky for me to get involved. I mean, I felt the urge to try and buy it right up here around 10.56 is the price that's in my window right now, if I just kind of clicked into it. So I'm glad I resisted that urge. It was trying to squeeze into another halt, and it failed. So let's see if it can hold on to $9 here. Let's see if we get buyers coming in at $9. IMMR 10.51 with another 5 minutes to go. We'll see. That is definitely what you want to see when you get into a halt. You want to see it open up at higher prices. And I mean, that's like, I mean, seriously, you wait like 5 minutes for $1 per share, $1.50 per share bump in price. Okay, so coming back down here, 400,000, 3,000. Might find some support here in this 912 area. What's the low here? Low is 912 at the moment, so it would be nice if it could find some support there in the 912 area. IMMR. We've got 4 minutes left on IMMR to see if it can close above that resistance level to make it support. If this level right here, this 1260 level, is support, then it'll be a good spot to enter for the grind into the close. Otherwise it'll just start kind of rolling. It'll roll over. And this is not the 1230. Yeah, it's past 1230. This is not a good time to be trading, trying to scalp and so forth. W keys trying to make a move there. Over the high of 1075 there, then it gets attractive. And actually, over this candle, a push over this candle right here, the high of this candle at, high is 977, would have been an entry on regular hour momentum trading. So if this were, after between 9:30 and 10:30 in the morning, then that would have been an entry right there to be a part of the momentum, higher. But since it's so late in the day, it's 12:30, I just don't trust it. Three minutes. 3 minutes for IMMR to close above this 1260 level. If it can do it, then it'll be called support. If not, then it'll be called resistance. I like prices above support for going long. I like prices below resistance for going short. Speaking of which, let's see what Baba is doing here. Can take that off the screen, bring it back down. Ooh, W key dumped. And it's working on, it traded, it's in a halt on the way down on W key. I'm so glad I didn't get involved with that. I think it's going to take a few days for BABA to come back up to this neckline here. It's working on it. Get off of that. Get onto this one. Here we go. So it's working on it. So this level, right around here, the 245 range or so. Depending on what day it hits that level, that is where I will be looking for an entry into a short position on BABA. I'm going to put an alarm on it. I doubt it'll hit it today. W key. That's momentum for you, though. 45 seconds to make it back over 1260 IMMR. Otherwise, you're off the island. You're voted off the island. I'll probably call it a day. How did I do today? I only made one trade. Yeah. So I made one trade for $40 today. $40 profit on 500 shares of IMMR. Sections. I bought it at 1261 and I sold it at 1269. So if I let it go closer to 13 where it hit, it could have been a $200 trade. But nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows the future on these things exactly. So at least it's a $40 win instead of a $40 loss, right? W key. Too bad. Halt. But it's only, I know it halted at least once back here and then halted again back here. I know it halted once right here, then halted again right here, and now it halted again right here. The news is saying there's only been one halt, 1201. The news isn't telling me about any other volatility halts except for the one back here in mid-December. Yeah, no, it halted here at noon. It halted again right here, 1223. Opened up for, it was a 10-minute halt the first time, 10-minute halt the second time. I wonder what's going on. So this 888, this thing might, I don't know. I mean, at this time of the day, there's no telling exactly what is going on. What's going on with the music? Yes. Video paused. Continue watching. Yes. Why won't it let me continue? Why did it pause? I wonder how I can get into that player and restart it, if I can. I guess you can't see this. If I bring it over, it'll be like Windows. Go back here. I guess we'll put on some different music since that one doesn't want to participate.
I know this all looks very Hollywood.
I've got a commercial.
This is a Nissan sales event ad.
An advertisement. Okay. W key open back up. I'd be willing, yeah, so it's going to hit that, and let's see it. I don't think it's going to be able to hold it. This 903 level, I think, is pretty much going to be the top. for the time being. It's 9:03. We'll see what happens when this close. IMMR fighting for 1260. Yeah. Everything's starting to roll over. It's just that time of the day for momentum. Large caps at this time of the day tend to hold a bit. All right, I'm going to order some lunch, so I'm going to cut the mic. I'll be back in a moment.
One Piece Treasure Cruise. Together as One Piece. Bandai Namco.
All right, everybody. So I think I'm pretty much going to call it a day right here. The momentum at this point in the day usually doesn't carry on for very long. It's usually not very strong. Looks like, I'll be in the office at the regular time tomorrow. So good luck trading to everyone that's out there. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.